Good afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. Thursday, October 27th. Grains ended the day sharply higher. They got a shot in the arm from some positive news out of Europe. Cody, give us the rundown of what happened.
Yeah, European leaders actually agreed upon which banks will accept a 50% write-down and haircut on Greek debt. They also bolstered the EFSF, which is the European Bailout Fund, up to 1.4 trillion in firepower. Now, this is great because they're actually leveraging existing capital by offering some various types of insurance for those that purchase European Union debt. So the bottom line here is this is very good. Markets love it.
Hey, the markets rallied hard today. Are we through debating about and worrying about the EU crisis right now?
No, I would say that this is a step in the right direction. They made large progress today, but it was great because banks also like this. It seems as though they accepted these write-downs, and so we won't necessarily see a shocking credit crunch, which everyone was really worried about. CEO of Deutsche Bank said that this is an acceptable compromise. George Papandreou said that the debt is absolutely sustainable now. So those are two key figures that had positive things to say about this.
Right.
However, devil's in the details. They haven't got them hashed out yet. We expect to see them hashed out by November. So there's still uncertainty in these markets going forward. If they can't agree on these details and this falls apart, this could be devastating for the market. But
right.
Other than that, as far as we know, things are good.
The bulls are taking charge today. And the other thing that got hammered today, obviously, was the dollar. As the Europe crisis waned and people started to be more enthusiastic about Europe, our dollar took a major hit. What do we see today in the dollar?
Yeah, we saw the dollar down almost 2%. This is the dollar index, of course. It's a basket of major currencies that we are compared to. And just notice how we had an incredible rally going up from end of August. And now we've shed that all back. So a lot of that fear of the euro collapsing, right? This is starting to wane, and the dollar is now losing ground. This is great for exports. This is great for our U.S. products in general.
Yeah, and when we come back, we're going to take a look and dig deep into those U.S. export numbers and see how we're doing.
Welcome back to GrainTV. Positive news out of Europe should continue to drive corn prices up, or will it?
Hey, Cody, I would agree with you, except for the fact that we have no demand for grains right now. Export demand is pathetic. Let's take a look at this morning's numbers. It got a little bit overshadowed from the euphoria in Europe. Corn at 336,000 metric tons versus last week's massive number of 1,845,000 metric tons. That's a pathetic loss from last week. Beans also bad, 228,000 versus 595 last week. Wheat was the only sort of upside, being a paltry 317,000 versus 399. These numbers are horrible. The market is not fully grasping just how bad our demand base is in the grain market right now. Let's take a look at where we're at year to date in terms of exports. If we look at what we're doing export inspection wise, 2 months into the marketing year for corn and beans, we're behind pace to even reach these scaled back USDA numbers. 30 million behind pace in the corn market. For beans, 39 million behind pace. These tell me that USDA may have to slash exports even more than they already have. Cody, what do you say to that?
Yeah, export sales are no doubt weak. We actually saw Japan buy a shipment of corn from Ukraine today. And so this is actually concerning, mostly because USDA increased the production. They've had a great growing season over in Ukraine this year. They increased production by 3 million tons. They increased their expected exports by 2 million tons. That means they will be a competitor here, and we're seeing that unfold today. It's just another nail in the coffin. Export sales are weak, and this is certainly not supporting things, Kevin.
There's nothing in the outlook that shows that we're going to see stronger export demand. We're seeing South America's crop off to a good start with ample rain. Everything looks pretty negative right now, but we have some positive outside forces from the grain or from the Europe market that can filter over into grains. Cody, what do you think the upside is here in the short run?
If we see a follow through over 665 and we close above that level, I think there's a very good chance that we get up and test that $7, that big whole number resistance level. I'm going to need to see a close over 665 before I think we're going to go up towards 7. But really, I was not all that impressed with the trading today. It certainly wasn't any kind of breakout. We're still trading in that range and in that congestion.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on GrainTV.
Have a good one.